Hey everybody, welcome to Tokyo. That right there is the Kasumigaseki building. Believe it or not, this was the first big skyscraper that dominated the Tokyo skyline back in the 1960s, besides Tokyo Tower, which was in itself a marvel. And we look at it today, tons and tons of buildings all around it. How you doing, everybody? I just wanted to share with you, I'm actually just filming this building for an episode that I'm producing right now, and I thought I would bring you live on it. It's like super windy today. I can't even wear my hat today, which is okay, but this is so fascinating. Check this out here. So back in the 1960s here, this was the building back in the day. There wasn't another skyscraper around it. Check this out. That is the Kasumigaseki building. It was completed, I believe, in 1968. After the Tokyo Olympics, there wasn't much in the area. And I want to show you, hold on a second. I want to show you the Google Maps right now of all the buildings that are surrounding it and how much Tokyo has grown over that time. When you look at it from the perspective of the first one, it's pretty fascinating how much has gone around, including the newest Toranomon Towers, which is over there, one of the top, I think, 5 tallest buildings in Japan right now. There's the Kasumigaseki building right there. I mean, it's a pretty impressive building. It doesn't look so impressive anymore. When you pull out and you look at Tokyo and what surrounds it now, it's like crazy the amount of buildings that have come up over the last 60 years, right? It's not even close to being in the top 25. It's now been just dwarfed by everything around it. But this is what used to be the tallest building in Tokyo right there. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? I think it's pretty crazy. Maybe not all of you do, but this is the progress that's going on. Right now, Tokyo's building the Torch Tower, which is going to be a 390-meter mega skyscraper for Tokyo. There's the Kasumigaseki building right there. It's like so different than it is back then. This is the kind of stuff that just fascinates me about the city in which I live in. Tokyo has just been continuously reinventing itself. It is the oldest as well. It is certainly one of the oldest. The histories of the Kasumigaseki building, Kasumi Kaikan, is associated with the Kazoku high nobility. So this area, there's a lot of Japanese government buildings all in this area here. There's a lot of police presence. It can be somewhat intimidating. Completed in 1968, this building is widely regarded as the first modern office skyscraper in Japan. It looks it. The reason high-rise buildings were not built in the country earlier is that the Japan building standard law set an absolute height limit of 31 meters. Nothing higher than 31 meters. Until 1963, when the limit was abolished in favor of a floor area ratio limit. So basically, back then you just couldn't build these mega high skyscrapers, but now you can. Which, back in its day, this was a record breaker. And I'm working with Hitachi right now on a video. It is so windy right now. Oh my goodness, I'm getting blown away. I'm standing strong. I'm working with a company called Hitachi, which is one of the first elevator makers. It's one of the top 10 elevator makers in the world. They're also the Guinness Book of World Record holder for the fastest elevator in the world because of a building that they built after the one that went up in Shanghai. So this elevator speed war is real. I'm working on an episode. Got access with Hitachi. I'm going to be, by the way, if you're in Omiya tomorrow, let me know if you're in Omiya Station in the morning. I might be there around 8 a.m. I'm not sure. I might not, but if you are, hit me up on Instagram and say hi. I'll let you know where I am. It'd be nice to meet up for a little bit. I'm just gonna be there for a short amount of time, but I'll be in Omiya tomorrow morning. So hit me up on Instagram mail if you're in the area. I'd love to hear from you. It is fascinating though. It doesn't look like such an impressive building anymore, but back then I'm sure Japanese would come stand right where we are right now, look up and go, whoa, look at that massive building. They don't really say that anymore. See that blue sky? I don't know what's going on, but the weather in Tokyo has been really wacky. It was raining earlier, which is why I didn't live stream before. But I'm gonna take you down to the level here, and you can see, like, I didn't even, from Sakura Damon Station, which is near the Imperial Palace, I walked here, I could not see this building, which is crazy because there's so many other high office buildings in the way. It is really gusty. A lot of high winds all around the world right now, but it's kind of getting chilly. It was warm. I didn't have a jacket on this morning, and then now it's starting to chill quite a bit right now. But there's the Kasumigaseki. This is the building that started it all, right there. It's pretty interesting. I don't think there's much of a signal down here, but I just kind of wanted to show you from a little bit of a distance what it looks like. And then all the tall buildings around it, which is no longer the case. Fascinating. Hitachi Elevators had a challenge to make an elevator that was fast enough to get up to the top. It's only, what is that, like 31 floors or something like that? It's not particularly high, but it was a challenge to get the speed up where it wasn't so slow to get to the top. And they were able to do that. And since that, this building revolutionized the elevator's speed. The desire to get higher also there was a desire for more speed within the buildings. And now Hitachi, using its technology with the Shinkansen, is now creating elevators that are now challenging this speed limit. Which is funny to say. Hey Sam, how you doing, Sam? How you doing? I'm not too far away from Yurakucho, but I'm looking around Tokyo right now. You can see the like other really tall buildings. Tokyo Tower is just down on the other side of the Toranomon Tower, which is right there. That's one of the tallest buildings in Japan right now. And if you are, Sharon Lee writes in here, little token for freezing butt in Naked Man. Did you see that? Did you guys see that video? If you haven't already, go check it out here. Right there. This dropped last night before I went to bed. It was really cold. I think it might, I feel pretty cold right now too. But go check this episode out. This is not a re-upload. Some people were saying that. You know, a lot of YouTubers will make videos about ramen, about Japanese food. Like there's so many different varieties of ramen. There's so many different Naked Man festivals. So it's not a re-upload. This is a great way through the festivals to see the Japanese countryside, a regional area of Japan, with the attraction of, you know, some butts. People doing that. I had a lot of fun. This took me a really long time to edit this episode because of there's zero just very little history here. So to dig this out required some journalism on my part to really get it. And shout out to Emmy, who assisted me in making that episode too so much. So go check it out. A lot of work went into this one. I appreciate it. That's all made possible by Patreon. There's no way I'd be able to do that without Patreon. That was the whole thing. Without that, it's not a sponsored video or anything like that. But when you spend that much time making a video, you really need a good community of people to back you to do something like that. And I really, really appreciate it, to bring you some of the stories. I don't think any other YouTuber could do something like that with that kind of an episode. You have to go deep into the history and the culture of Japan to get that done. A lot of construction in the Kasumigaseki area. But there you go. This is, I'm gonna do a little bit more filming and then get back and start to edit this other video, but it's interesting to be able to see the Kasumigaseki building for an episode that I'm doing. I want to ride the elevator though. I wonder if they'll let me do that. I'll ask usually if you ask the desk clerk guy, he'll make a phone call and say, okay, go ahead. That's usually what happens. It's not exactly like a busy time right now, so you always ask for permission if you can, most of the time. You know what I mean? Check that out over there. Kasumigaseki, the center of Tokyo, is so fascinating. All these high-rise buildings, and then you'll find a shrine across the street, and it's really hard to get over there. I'm interested, but there's no signal. I got to do 720p from this spot because there's no signal here. But oh, thank you. It's interesting that that's the one thing that they don't touch in the downtown area, the temples and shrines, except for the one in Marunouchi, which through history, if anybody touched, they would be cursed. And Peter and I made a live stream about that about 5 years ago. It's interesting. I'm not sure what the name of the shrine is. I just got here. But I'm going to go ahead and get my work done. Thank you to those two nice people over there for saying hi. They said, I love your content. I appreciate that. Very much. Okay, guys, I'll see you. I'm freezing, but I appreciate you joining me. You were here when I filmed this, and trying to keep the gimbal steady was really, really hard. It was really, really hard. All right, I'll see you in another episode tomorrow. Kanai, Leo, and I are going to be going to Nagano the day after tomorrow. So we're not going to be in Tokyo for a few days, and we'll take you to Nagano where the snow is, hopefully, where there's some snow, in about 48 hours time. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, mata ne. Go check out that Naked Man Festival, yeah? I guarantee you're going to have some fun watching it because I had some fun editing it. Shout out to Waku, the cameraman, too, man. He froze making that episode along with me, although he had a nice jacket on. He didn't get a chance to take a bath with me in that ice water. Mata ne.